Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Yeah, can you dig it? Alright, check it out guys. Behind me, I got a 2007 Chevy Impala. And what we're going to do today is show you how to change the strut assembly. Not that the strut separating it from the coil spring. No, the whole strut assembly with the coil and everything. That's the best way you want to do it. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys and girls, that right there, that's Emmy. It's Emmy.
Emmy.
It's Emmy, Emmett, or Mitt. Mitt. Alright, check it out guys. Me and oh boy, I call this one Civvy 2, because both of them are so spoiled. They're Civvy 2. Alright, guys, check it out. First thing we do is jack up the vehicle, set it up on jack stands. Very important, make sure you have a good base for your jack stand. We're on concrete, so I'm okay. If you're on grass, dirt, asphalt, that's not good enough. Make sure you have a nice solid piece of 2x12 or something up under there. Not particle board, definitely want to use plywood. Alright, now that we got that situated out of the way, next thing we do is remove both tires. Your tires are held on by five 19mm lug nuts. So I got a 19mm deep, 1/2 inch drive with my cordless impact. I'm going to go ahead and remove all that and remove all the lugs and take the tires off. We'll be right back. Alright guys, next thing we do, we're going to take your hydraulic jack. I want you to come around to the front. And you're going to put your jack just like this. And you're going to go right up under the lower control arm close to the ball joint. Come on, this way now, Sippy. You probably go on that side. So I'll probably be in the way.
Stand.
You in my way.
Well, why couldn't I stay where I was? See?
Okay, right there, right up under the little ball joint. And just put a little pressure on that. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now that we got that supported, you're going to have your nut and bolt right here that's holding your strut assembly on. Now if you notice on this end, it's not like a regular nut right here. This is a regular bolt. Why they did that, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. So what you're going to do is take you an 18mm wrench, and as you can see, the 18mm wrench will slide right on that. There's two flat sides to that. Next you want to do, take you a 21mm socket, deep, 1/2 inch drive, get your cordless impact on the other side, and that's one. And maybe this will, if it turns, it turns. Two. These bolts are kind of tight. Let's see. Now either we're gonna start. Nah, do I want to lower this or do I want to pick this up? I don't know. But let me get me a little hammer to knock that out a little bit. Now you can use a hammer because you see the tip of this. There's no threads, so we ain't got to worry about damaging no threads to this. All right. But what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit more tension on this lower ball joint. All right. We'll be right back. All right, guys. We got our hammer. Now before we do all this, guys, just in case there's an adjustment on camber, and the camber is the way this wheel sits, this way and this way. Let's take us a marker, and over here on the side, we're gonna mark, dang it, on both sides where the strut meets the spindle, just in case. All right, now take your hammer. You can see the bolts going there just like a wheel stud. Alright, and there's a 1. 2. Okay, no, there's no alignment on it, so I can take those right out, just like that. And you can push a strut. Out of there, just like that. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing you want to do is take you a 15mm deep and get you a nice cordless impact. I got this a 3/8 drive here. And you're going to hold your hand onto the strut right here. And while you're holding your hand, this is to stop it from dropping and messing anything up. Then you're going to come up here and you're going to have 3 15mm nuts. 1, 2, I'm going to hold the strut up. And you can see it dropping down. And number 3. Put that to the side. Now come back out here and just bring that strut right out of there. Alright, let's get our new one and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's our new one. Now guys, before I even go any further, why would you want to change these? The coils is what keeps the vehicle at its height, its ride height. So if your car is low to the ground, it's not your struts, it's your springs. Now what the strut does, it keeps the coil stable. So when you hit a bump, if you hit a bump and your car's still going like this, or you're going down the road, that's the strut. The strut is not holding that coil spring stable. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, let's take, it should come with new nuts. Take them off. And let's get ready to go set this in. We'll be right back. Alright guys, ready to install it. The part that our spindle goes in, that's going to be facing out towards us. So we're going to go ahead, bring this up like this. Now we're going to try to line it up to the holes at the top. Okay, we're going to go up here. Take our nuts, put them on. And let's see if these are the same size. Yep. We'll go ahead and tighten them up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now take a little muscle. You gotta pull your coil back, pull that back, bring that in. And of course, we're gonna have a hard time. Okay, there it is. Take one of your bolts. Now, when you hit these bolts out, guys, it's good to use a brass hammer, but if you don't use a brass hammer, that's all fine and well. Now, if you take and look at that very carefully, you can see how it's a little, because of the hammer, there's a little beveled on the side right there. You see that, Chevy?
Yes.
So you want to make sure that your nut still goes on it and turns. And just to be on the safe side, what you can do is just go into a grinder, just grind a little bit of that off to make sure that's good. And actually, I think I'm going to actually go ahead and do that with both of them. Alright, let's get that. We'll be right back. Alright guys, got our bolts like that. We grind them off a little bit. I'll spindle in. And this is where you want to use your jack to either jack it up or anything. Okay. This one. Alright, take your hammer. You don't have to bring that in all the way. As much as you can, because the nut will drag that in when you tighten it up. But now, you see, I'm being very careful down here because I'm close to the brake line and all. So if you're not sure about that, maybe you want to remove your caliper and get that out of the way. You know what? I'm gonna do that because I don't want you guys messing.
Well, if you don't do that, if you don't hammer, if you put it in as much as you can by hand, and then put the nut in, will it bring it all the way, or you have to put it in more?
I'm gonna recommend putting it in more because some guys might not have cordless guns and all to really wail on it to bring it in. They might be using it by hand, and that thing will take it out of you. So we're gonna definitely get this out of the way, so I don't want you guys messing that up. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. First thing we'll do is take you a piece of mechanics wire, hook it onto one of the springs,
But it's new. I don't want to mess it up.
On your new strut. Now your caliper is held on by two 13 millimeter bolts. One right there, and then at the bottom right over here. So I got a 13 millimeter shallow 3/8 drive with my cordless ratchet. And you will remove both bolts. Now, when you take your bolts out, do not let your caliper just hang down there. I've seen somebody do that, and I was like, wow. All right, what you're going to do, if you let it hang, you can definitely damage that hose, and you definitely don't want to damage that hose, or it will cause a lot of problems. That's why I got that mechanics wire there. So, take your caliper off, bring it up in the air, hook your mechanics wire through one of the bolt holes, or through the hole right there, either one. And just tie that up and just bring it over here to the side over here. Just like that, so we can definitely get to that bolt right there. And now I'm going to actually, guys, you know what I'm going to do right here since I got that done? I am going to upgrade my hammer. Dang, still. I brought that pretty much all the way in. Alright, now that we got that, looks like one of our brake pads came off. This car gonna need brakes. Let's put our brake pad back in there. Take our caliper, get it out of the way. Put our caliper back on. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, next thing we do, take your 21 millimeter nuts, start them off by a couple threads so don't go cross-threaded. Get your 21 millimeter deep, 1/2 inch drive, your cordless impact, and tighten those bolts up. And you are done. Just that quick, guys. The right side is identical to this, so it's the same procedure. Alright? We'll be right back. Harley, here Harley. He said, get off me, get off me. Get off me. I don't like being on camera. I don't like being on camera. Alright, we're ready.
Alright, today we had a 2007 Chevy Impala, and we showed you how to replace the front strut assembly, which includes the coils, which is a good idea to get the whole assembly because it is very dangerous to take out the coil from the strut and put the new one in. So you're better off just replacing the whole thing. And as you guys can see, it was super easy to do. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@AstralAutoRepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can repair it, nobody can. See you next time.